Hello everyone, it's Andrea and welcome to the September Plan with me. All supplies I used will be listed in the description box below. I can't believe the summer is over. This year has gone by so quickly. The theme for September is origami. I've been wanting to do this theme for a while now. I've also decided to go back to the one color for this month. This light blue color will be the main theme color throughout the month. I colored in all the letters for my title. I let the first layer dry a little before adding the shadow layers. I added them to the folded parts of the letters. I went over it one more time to give an extra small line to the darkest part of the shadow. I also went in and added shadow parts to the origami crane itself. It looked pretty good for being only one color. I wrote September at the top of the calendar page. There are two types of fonts I used for this origami theme. A skinnier paper strip type font and this larger folded paper type font. I do like the larger one better and would have preferred to only use this one, but I could only fit so many letters across the page. So I had to switch back and forth between the two. I also added some hanging cranes coming down from the title and added a to-do section on the right side. Then I divided my calendar up. Each day is 6 squares wide and 7 squares tall. I also added one square line border at the top that will have the days of the week in it. Then I added small lines for shadows to my origami before coloring in the top black border. I colored in all the lettering and the shadows on the origami. I gave this lettering the same type of shadows as the other font. I highlighted the numbers from the days of the week to add a little pop of color to each box, then gave the whole thing a drop shadow. Then I used my white Jelly Roll pen to write the days of the week along the top black border. For my trackers, I went back to the same 2 pages as usual. I started with my mood tracker and decided to draw 30 little airplanes all over the page. This was the easiest and fastest origami to draw over and over again. And the lines in the airplanes also allows me to color them in with more than one mood color. The origami I still make to this day is the boat, or hat as some people call it, and you know who you are out there. I wrote all my moods at the bottom, then I numbered all the planes for each day of the month. This is what August's mood tracker looks like all filled in. This one was definitely super cool. I colored in my lettering and went over it a few times to give it its shadows. Then I color-coded all the moods at the bottom. I'm still really enjoying the mini calendars for the habit tracker, so I went ahead and drew out 9 mini calendars for all of my habits. I outlined all the habit title boxes and colored them in with the black felt. Then I wrote habits down the side and weather at the bottom. I drew little origami boats to help separate the 2 sections. I was happy with my choice last month to put the weather section back with the trackers. Each box, or day, is 2 squares wide and 3.5 squares tall. The half will be the space where the day of the week goes, and the bottom 1 square is for the day's highs and lows. Using the blue theme color, I colored in all the titles and gave the boats their shadow lines. Then I added a drop shadow. Using my white Jelly Roll pen, I wrote my habits in their boxes. One of the boxes was too short, so I just added another small line of black to make it a little longer. On the weather tracker, I continued the white lines up and wrote the first letter of every day of the week as well as the number for every day. This turned out better than I thought it would. Then I wrote all the days inside the mini calendars. As I do my habits, I will give each one a blue dot on the number. I am actually really enjoying the Doodle A page. As before, each box is 4 squares by 4 squares, and the top square has a 1 square border for the days of the week. Here's what August's Doodle A page looks like all filled in. I opted for mostly black and white, but may color it in later on. I used the black felt to color in the top border, keeping with the black and white theme from the last page. I colored in my title and gave all the boxes a drop shadow. Then I wrote the days of the week in the white pen at the top and numbered all the boxes. The Polaroid Memories page, I used the larger paper font and wrote Memories Small at the top in the little empty space. Then I colored in my title and the shadows. This page will hold 4 small-sized Polaroids. For the brain dump page, I used the smaller font again so I could fit the whole title across one page, then added a few of the origami elements. Then I colored in my title and added my shadows. Since now I have an extra page, I decided to make a project ideas page. Not only for upcoming project ideas I've got brainstorming, but hopefully to finish any projects that I've been wanting to do for a while now. I haven't made a DIY tutorial in so long, and I decided that needs to change. I also added a few more origami elements to this page. I especially love the little whale at the bottom. This exercise tracker has been working so well for me. I'm so glad that I revamped it to incorporate more times that I work out, and it looks more organized. I wrote exercise and description on the left side and added my 3 boxes with 6 squares in each one that will have the weight, reps, and sets, so I can write down each exercise 6 times in the month. Last month I found that 6 was plenty. Then I added my blue themed lines to separate each row. I also color-coded the days of the week at the top. I repeated this for the next 3 pages. For the weekly spread, I wrote September down the left side, and because the letters are so big, I just put the numbers to the right of it at the bottom. Each day of the week is separated with a flying paper airplane and the travel lines around it. I really thought this idea was cute. I added the number of the day of the week inside the circle of the flight path. My water and sleep tracker are connected at the bottom. Each of the fold lines in the paper will be the amount of water I drink that day. Then I outlined the rest of the days of the week on the other page with more paper airplanes and more travel lines. At the top right, I added my meal tracker, which looks like an accordion folded piece of paper with directions on the side. I outlined the sidebar on the left of the meal tracker and used up the empty space at the bottom for a to-do list. Then I wrote SS Meals on the boat. Ha! Funny, 'cause it's a boat. Then I colored in all the words. I even added color to all the dashed lines for a little extra bit of color. Lastly, I filled in the days of the week with my white pen for the meal tracker. I hope you've enjoyed this month's origami theme, and I hope I may have inspired some of you to create your own themes for your bullet journal. If you try any of the themes I have created, please tag me on Instagram at Amazing-Andrea1. That's with underscores. I would love to see your recreations. If you don't want to miss next month's setup, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.